Oh, is it working? I can't tell yet. Oh, I think it is working. It's freaky. Okay. I see it on YouTube. I see it on YouTube. Oh, I hear myself. Okay. Oh, and I see it on Twitch too. Okay. All right. Time to self promo, I guess. I get the YouTube link. Let's see. Oh yeah, it's got like a weird URL. I was not prepared for this. I don't know how to share the YouTube one. I'm just gonna link the channel. Okay. All right. Let's see if this is working. I see a view count. It looks like my micro. Oh yeah, no, I heard it on the thing, so I know that's working. Haven't seen anybody say anything yet. That's fine. All right. Oh, okay. Simon says the voice is a bit low. Let me see if I can do anything about that. The Simon Says joke was not intentional. Shoot, I don't know if I can do anything about that. It says it's at 100. Well, that's a bummer if the level is low, but I don't know what to do about that right now. Okay. Hmm. Oh, that's cool. It does send it in both. I have like a multi-stream thing, like an extension for OBS. Hmm. Okay, well, I guess I'm just gonna start doing stuff and start talking and see if anybody shows up. The question is, where do I start? Where do I start? Let's see. So I need. Okay. Hello, Kane. Who is Kane? Well, that's fine. Just happy you stopped by. Cool. Congratulations on being the first chatter ever. Okay. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't nervous. It's like I wasn't nervous at all until like I hit the button and here I am. Okay. Where to begin? Can I get this to highlight better? Oh. Oh, you know, I had notes for how I wanted to do what I want to do right now, and don't think I have them on me, but I can find them. Yeah, nope, not actually a lizard robot. Okay. So first, I need okay, so I need to define macros to, well, I don't have a way to get this image so I can show what I'm doing. Well, whatever. Okay, I'll just start hacking it out in here. So it's going to look like, probably without the semicolons. Oh, that's going to make the, well, would it work better with the macro was defined? Probably. Yeah, so nope, it's still going to do that. So we'll probably keep the semicolon because I think you can just, you know, like I don't think these matter. So that's nice. It'll keep the syntax stuff in line. Okay. Oh, that's already taken, isn't it? Okay, so that's not going to work. Should I capitalize these? Hmm. Well, Mr. Kane, I recognize you. I recognize your profile picture. I've seen you in the Headcannon Discord. Oh, well, see you later. But I was gonna say, I part of why I want to do these is to try and help people understand what's happening on the screen. This is kind of a weird place to start, but eventually, hopefully, it'll make sense. All right. Damn, I wasn't gonna have my AC on, but I feel like I need some white noise. I have this thing with a filter. We'll see how that does. Somebody can let me know. Okay. So I gotta figure out how I'm gonna name that. Hmm. So I assume you can't have both. You can't define enum with something and then have that and still have, because what happens if you do type def? Hmm. Looks like that might work. It's not liking these. Yeah, it looks like the definition, the macros messing with that. So maybe I should like capitalize the first letter of all of these, but then it looks less like a keyword and I kind of wanted it to look like keywords. Hmm. What can we do? Underscore is kind of ugly. Does the audio still seem okay? Because I have my AC at like full blast right now. It probably makes my voice sound fuzzier. Let me check how the stream chat thing is working. That's oh, I can't do that actually. Not logged in. That's fine. I don't care. Damn, it's really been 16 minutes already? It didn't feel like that at all. Freaky. Oh, whatever. Could go for the full word. Opinions, since I have Simon here. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about. Do we do that? Guess I'll go with that since it's like non-standard and maybe they shouldn't look like keywords. What the heck is this? Uh, whatever that is, I don't want it. What? What is this? And why is it warning me about it? Left Alt plus Shift? Wouldn't I use that for other stuff all the time? What does this mean? I guess I'm just not going to worry about it unless it warns me again. Okay. This that's for Okay. Set up some more stuff for testing. Let's see. Something like that. Oh, right. I forgot these are going to be capital. Damn, it's like I'm really surprised. I mean, obviously I'm just starting and I'm gonna get better, but I'm really surprised by how much my mental is being blocked by like the fact that I'm being perceived at all. Like anything, it's a skill, so I'm sure if I force myself to do it, I'll get good at it eventually, but it's harder than I thought it would be right off the rip. I guess I shouldn't be surprised by that. But the reason I thought it would be okay is because back in the day, like 6+ years ago, I would live stream myself working on stuff all the time, but that was to like a group of people that I knew already. So I guess that's what makes it different. I kind of had it in my mind that it would feel the same, but it definitely does not. Okay, I need to start engaging my brain. Okay. Guess I'll start putting this stuff somewhere in here. Just start with. Hmm. I do need to think about how these are going to work because expose, for example, versus like uh well, I guess that's what those are going to be for. I guess we'll just have expose. I need to think about it, which again, surprisingly hard right now, but we'll get better. Oh right. Oh, that's not. I want that to have anything. Okay. I don't know why I was putting that there. I also want. I know I want enums to work the other way. So let me try. Uh, I want it to work this way too. So I guess really the default would be to make it work this way, and then it would just happen to support doing just one at a time. So you could also like split this up like that. Okay. Is that not highlighting right? Okay, that's better. Okay, let's start putting some of these. Where do I want to put this in here? I guess it should be near this mess of stuff. Because this is like, this is, these are what the things are going to generate, so I guess it makes sense that like it should be, they should be next door neighbors. Autogen. I need to get better about like talking out loud while I do stuff. Yeah, we got the water on tap. Ah, all right. Okay, I also know I might as well get this out of the way because I know we need it. I need events that the auto-generated stuff is going to go into. Events. So this is going to be 4. Stage 1 is going to be 4. So we need, no. That's, no, I guess it's going to need for all of them. So what we need a register auto. We need vars auto for that. I think those are the main serialization events for objects. So 15 for this. Because we need vars auto for act. Stage, we need register auto. Okay. Description for these. Automatically generated in registry. Is it register or registry? I don't remember, to be honest. Wait. Why is this different? Why are there 2 copies of Visual Studio 2022? That's weird. I don't know what that's about. But I'm going to replace that. Whatever. Oh, hey. Can I call you Cosmic? I see your username is Little Planet CD. Do you have a preference? Like, I don't know. Another thing I have not thought about when streaming is people having different usernames and stuff. Also, I don't know how much the delay on this is. All right, I'm used to calling you Cosmic, so I'll stick with that. Okay, I'm glad you're here because I can more like I don't know. I can explain things directly to you, and you'll have an idea of what I'm talking about. We'll see how I do. So, I need to check what the registry file is called. I don't remember. Okay, I'm changing this to .inc at some point because technically this is an include, not a header. So, that's besides the point. Pointing that out because this is going to put the new name here. Registry. Go. Whoa, 2 seconds. That's like not that much. Oh, 6 seconds for you. Okay. That's still not that bad. I always assumed it was like 10 or more. I don't know how any of this stuff works. Okay. Okay, cool. All right, Methless, I recognize you from REM. I don't remember what you do, but I know I've seen you do cool things. Oh, Simon's is 8 seconds. I only just now saw that. Okay, that's not terrible, I guess, but huh, all right. Okay, so for the uninitiated, I'm making a code generation tool for Methyl where you can kind of do the Unreal style thing. I know that also has magic macros where instead of well, you'll just be able to write something like this to make stuff accessible in the editor as opposed to the current way, which is like this, where you have to like, well, what's an example? Oh yeah, I have like test. What is this? The test bar A, right? So this is kind of cumbersome. It's not that bad, but like it's still extra work you have to do. It would be nice if you could just handle this, like this was handled automatically. And also something I find annoying about this way is there's no way, at least not in the versions of C we're sticking to infer the type. So this can get out of sync if you ever update the type, and that's kind of yucky. It's not that big of a deal, but it is something you like. It's just another thing of many you have to keep in mind. So I want to reduce the boilerplate for editor stuff. Okay. Oh, it's JD. Hello. Cool. Welcome. Yes, I guess you could say, well, I'm not changing it. Under the hood, it's still going to work that way because like somewhere in the code, like you need to register the variables somewhere. So really what I'm doing is I'm having a code generator generate this code for you in a special event that's going to go like where the object types get registered, which is also through code generation, as you can see here. Yeah. Yes, so it's quite similar by necessity. There's not like a proper reflection system in C or anything like that. I do eventually want to look into doing like other APIs. Don't hold me to that anytime soon. It'll be down the road. But like, I don't know. Like, I don't really know much about C#, so I wonder like, can you do something more at the language level to like make this process easier instead of having to do code generations or anything like that? I know C# has those weird tag thingies where, you know, like you put these brackets above like declarations and stuff. Yeah, JD, I know I've seen you work on like I want to say I saw you working on like an RSDK C# API. So that's pretty interesting. I wouldn't even know where to start for that kind of thing, mainly because I don't care about C#, uh, but a lot of other people seem to really like it, and it seems like it'd be good to have for marketability. I guess I want to say like maybe somebody. I need to reduce reasons for people to not use the engine, and if somebody really wants to use C#, that could be something. So it's lower on the priority list, but eventually. GCC Clang plugins for code generation. What do you mean by that? Like something that you do? Let me get some water. Well, I don't know. I don't know if this is going to make noise, so let me fill this up real quick. This is so funny. So is that something at the language level? Does that happen? Like, is that when you say plugins? Is that like a language extension where like you can like do scripting type stuff in the thing to generate like code elsewhere? Because that's something I've kind of wished C would have, like a way to. Well, I think you can kind of do it in C++, like statically, like declare, like I don't know. I don't remember how it works. I don't know much about C++. Okay, so well, that's basically what I'm doing here. It's just our own program. We're using a tiny C compiler as like a basically like for C scripting, because we can, so like the code generator, which is right here. This is the code generator that like crawls your project and like makes the object registry file and all that stuff. Damn, I'm losing my train of thought. The streaming thing is harder than I thought. What was I saying? Oh yeah, this is like the TCC runs this, so I can show you in here the platformer project. It's like a pre-build script. So like it just calls TCC with like that C file, and the advantage of that is you can use like code from your engine to do stuff. Well, like in our case, Methyl is in C, so like we pull in some stuff from Methyl to like help with the compile time stuff. Hopefully that makes sense. But yeah, I just like to do everything in C. Okay, back to it. Oh, I guess I can show you guys, like, this is related to what I'm working on. It's basically the same tool that'll probably help explain it. So we have these macros for declaring states. So for example, like this example project, here's a player state. The registry script will like it'll crawl all your files, and if it detects these these macros, like these ml event underscore macros, it generates like it adds it to a list basically, and it'll automatically expose it to like the object struct so that you can use player.state main. And if you do only for states, if you do ML public before it, it will also serialize it to head code so that it's callable in a head code script. So you can see the code generator. Oh yeah, you can do it for enums too. So up here, there's this test enum. It will prefix, it basically namespaces it. So like your locally defined enums, they get namespace to have the object type name like that. So this little enums include, like you can see here, it's namespaced to player now. So from another code file, you can, you can use all your enums like however you want. Okay. Where are we? Oh yeah, okay. So I was setting up the events for the automatic generation because a kind of rule I've had with the code generation stuff is I don't want to ever force you to do, I don't want to alter your code in any way, and I don't want to force you to do something a certain way. And I guess the third rule would be the code absolutely has to be debuggable. I don't want to make ever like alter the state of the code so that you can't like actually debug what you're doing, which is why this is gonna in the past, like I had ideas of modifying the code and like putting it at the end or something or any other thing like that where the state gets modified. I've decided I really don't like that. It's a bad idea. So we're gonna have these separate events, and you'll still be able to do it the old-fashioned way if you ever want to or need to. That goes for anything like that. Yeah. It seems better to not force anything on anyone. Okay. So I think I got all the events taken care of. Let's move on to so how am I going to detect that? Well, I guess could I use the state of the registry thing to see? Well, no, I would have to do that earlier. I'd have to build a structure from like parsing the header and then do something later. Okay. Let's see what we can do. Let's see what this is going to look like in the registry file. Because I'm imagining like so actually I guess that would be there's a pointer there, but that doesn't matter right now. And then in here it's going to go multiplayer. So after this, the generator will put it'll link the function together. So it doesn't have it yet, but so I think it's going to look like that. Okay. Oh yeah, this thing also it can rebuild the little Visual Studio project for you. Okay, so I know how I'm going to do that. Make sure I can still run this. Cool. Say hi to Methyl. There it is. Whee! Ignore ignore the leaks. Ignore the memory leaks. Those will get taken care of. Okay. Let me get the. Mm, hmm. Dude, my brain is so fogged up from this that I don't even know where to start. Maybe I should have like done some of this to start and then just like continued from where I was. Where it puts all the stuff. Okay. You know what? I'm just gonna run this and see where I want to start putting stuff. Mm. What happens in here, right? It's been like a month since I've looked at this. That does not help. I'm like woefully unprepared to do any of this right now. Okay. But this is all in the pursuit of becoming better. I feel like getting good at this might just help me get better at programming in general, and that's what I want. I'm also doing this to like kind of hold me accountable because I've been very busy and it's been hard to because I do not I work I do junk removal. I'm like a glorified garbage man. I'm still in my work clothes. Like I'm like dirty right now. Like there's still dirt on my arm from work. So I'm hoping like if I can actually commit to doing this regularly, like I'll be able to stay focused and get more shit done. It does feel really weird talking to talking out loud to no one. It's interesting. We'll get used to this. Okay, I gotta lock in. So here's where this is where it starts to process like the code generation stuff. Let's see what I want to do. Version. Okay, so I guess what I should do. Okay, so hmm. So I guess in this file, yeah, I'm a printf debugger, but I'm also a debugger. I feel naked without a debugger. I don't understand why there seems to be a debate online over whether or not like you're a print debugger or like a debugger, which I feel like that doesn't make any sense. Uh, why? Like I feel like there's times where it's appropriate to do both. Like am I crazy for that one? That feels like the natural thing. Like a lot of times I'll print to get into the debugger. Yeah, exactly. Both are very necessary. If you're not doing both, what are you doing? Can you debug JavaScript? Is this like a web developer thing? That's what it seems like. I don't know how any of that stuff works. I pretty much only know about like C. That's where I've lived my whole life. Okay, I gotta lock in. I got, I gotta get focused and actually do something. Okay, so what I was saying was, I think what I can do is open the header file from here. Um, so auto var is what I'm calling the generation stuff I'm working on right now. So you can with there's like a special define you could do to like cancel any of the automatic parsing because I don't want if you don't want this stuff to run, you should be able to not have it run. Uh, I've put this kind of thing off for so long because I was always worried about uh, like adding to like unnecessary time to building. But this seems to be really really fast, and it's like I can imagine it's pretty easy to like parallelize it, split it into threads and stuff. The point is, you can cancel this stuff if you want to. So I guess the first thing we'll do is check for the cancel. And we'll do it after everything else happens. Mm, okay, so huh. Yeah, pre debugger era. I mean, I guess it wasn't really an error, like you said. It's more access being the problem. Um, damn, my attention is getting shattered by every little thing. What I was saying was like the I can remember from before I used the debugger. Like I think it helped make me good, but I don't miss it at all. And I remember like learning how to use the debugger and then eventually figuring out that like oh you can step in the debugger and step into and step out and all this stuff and then like the more you learn the more magical it becomes. Yes, this is full fat Visual Studio. Unfortunately, I am attached to the debugger in oh that's a pun in Visual Studio. I haven't really branched out that much, but yeah, the debugger is what keeps me here, to be honest. Not really much else. Okay, let's see if I can do this. Super 4. Well, close the file first. Some of the syntax highlighting isn't showing up in here, and I know it does on my other account, so I don't know what that's about, but I'll survive. Okay. This needs to be first, because I'm going to reuse those. Okay, so am I going to be cheeky and modify the path to, I'm just going to like go to the end, change it to H, and then, yeah, we'll do that. So, first of all, let's do path. Yes, I know this is disgusting. I don't really care right now. Yeah, that's how we like it. Okay. I guess we'll get the size. Why not? And copy some of this boilerplate. Wow, if there's one thing I'm learning today, it's that I cannot do this well under pressure. But I'm just going to keep going. And I should have been a little more prepared. Yeah, okay. Sure. We'll copy that. Copy this too. And that. There's a while at the end of this, right? That looks right. Is that a spam bot? Looks like it. Whatever. All right. Let's just see what happens. Nothing. Ooh, why is that 0? Oh, is it because I'm doing the opposite? That's probably what I want. Let's find out. I'll worry about it later. All right. Cool. It opens. Mm. Oh, okay. Cool. All right. Let's start ripping through, see where we get. I do got to use the bathroom though. Not to keep putting this off, but I got to pee. We are so back. We've never been more back. Okay. Here we go. Well, let's do the keywords. I'm gonna grab these. I don't even think this is all of what we need, but we can always update this. That's how programming works. Okay. Folks, screw you. Okay. Butterfingers today. Okay, there we go. So I have these. Just for convenience, I have this little macro that defines a string and a length, and then I have this like init function here that like just sets that up. It's part of the fun of C, I guess. That's what we'll call that. Just so that you can use like any of these as range string and then range, etc. That's funny. I gotta. Okay, well, if I'm really gonna do this, I gotta get good at doing the because I don't have the chat on the screen, and I don't want the chat on the screen. I gotta get good at doing the thing streamers do, where they read the chat message in a different tone of voice so that you know that it's like a message, and then they respond to it. I'm still in like the mode where I read it and react to it instantly. So JD says, seeing you use all of these keyboard shortcuts makes me realize that I have no idea how to use Visual Studio at all. That's you know, I don't think this stuff is like Visual Studio exclusive. I think you can apply this to other text editors. Like I think Notepad++ has these, so I'm gonna teach you guys the sauce. Shift and Alt is multi-cursor. If you don't know about this, it's a godsend. It makes it really easy to edit stuff on multiple lines. What are the other ones? I mean, I use just like Control to like jump around a lot, and you know, with the Shift to highlight stuff like in bulk. And then the big ones for me, this is kind of keyboard dependent, but I'm going to try to show my keyboard. The wire. Hang on, let me unplug it. Okay. My arrow keys, they have these little keys on like the sides where the corners are. I have these remapped to home and end. So what that allows me to do is jump forward and backward to the... Oh yeah, I gotta plug it back in. Hello. Yeah. Yeah, you can jump very easily with that to the front and back of the line, which is obviously very, very useful. And I feel like that gets me... Because I see people do the crazy Vim motions and the Emacs macros and all that stuff, where they do all sorts of stuff. I feel like this gets me to like 90% of what they're doing, like just through like the few combinations of these things. One day I would like to learn like Vim or something, but I don't have that kind of time on me right now. So I feel like what I'm cooking with the keys is good enough. So, well, there you go. There's knowledge. A lot. It's very important that the water cooler is in view. Okay, back to the grind. We have our strings now. We can start doing stuff, start checking stuff. I know I have like a mental block because of the streaming thing, because like almost the entirety of the rest of this program, specifically like the state code generation stuff, so basically everything in this file, I did like outside at my mom's house, like while she was tending to the chickens. So, and I had no problem like keeping up a conversation with her while I was working on this stuff. So I know it's possible for me to get good at this. I just have to keep doing it. Okay? Hold me to it. Please. Hi. Ah, so you've tried before. Methylus, that is how that's pronounced, right? Like the Sonic character. That's how they say that. I really don't know much about you, but based on like the vibe I get from you from like lurking in REMs, I figured like you seem like the type of guy that would get good with the Vim motions. So I'm like surprised and validated to hear that you did not manage to get as productive than like the usual key bindings. That feels like useful data in my favor. I guess that explains the VS Code thing. I'm always surprised that like VS Code won the war, so to speak. Like, I do use it sometimes on my on my main Windows account, but I'm gonna try to avoid using it for now and just use Visual Studio Notepad. We'll see if I change my mind on that later. But I don't know, I feel like it could be better. Okay. Keep getting distracted. Here we go. Okay, we're gonna check for. Okay, first of all, I need a visual reference. Whatever. Which one of these do we start with? Do we have a vote? Does anybody want to vote? Somebody just pick, and I'll figure it out, I guess. 7 viewers. That's pretty okay. I'm happy with that. Maybe somebody will. JD says range. We'll do range. Okay. I'm gonna look for the R. See, this is how I do this. It's rip through the file, and when I see a character I want, I check if it's the thing that I want or not. Let me see if there's an example that I can see. Checking for the event or enum thing right here. So copy and use that. This is another macro for my little funky define, so I don't have to so I can just hit the word. What's with the? I know I keep saying this, but I want the syntax highlighting to work, and I don't know why it's not. Because normally Visual Studio figures out that you're working with this through another file. I have this included right here. Oh yeah, if I worked it, will that work? Doesn't seem like it. Oh well. You know what? One more try. I'm gonna restart this. Okay. Worth a shot, I guess. Could it be the file extension that isn't enabling the syntax highlighting? Maybe. I just before I started this, I added it to the thingy. There's right here. There's a way to add stuff, but it doesn't seem to be completely working. Oh well. See what happens. It doesn't build. Why are these undeclared? Did I type this wrong? No. The define's there, the undefined is there. What's going on? Now, then it's gonna not like the step at the bottom. I did restart it. I caught myself on that one, not reading the message. I'll try to get better at that. So what's going on here? Okay, I need to get this back to a state where it compiles. That'll make it easier.
probably. Okay. Good place to start. What's happening here? Do just one and narrow it down. Rings or whatever. Oh. Len. That was why the name was wrong, probably. Okay. Yeah, definitely. Okay, they're different. I should have just kept them the same. You know what? We're changing that. No, I'll probably keep, because stir is probably taken somewhere random. So we'll just call it def on both. Whee! No, it doesn't. Oh, enum is defined already up there. What version is this? I don't remember what that's for. To be honest. Enum. What is this looking for? Oh, it's looking for, okay, like the cancel macros. Okay, duh. That makes sense. Just do that. Keep it organized. There we go. Init string, should you use storyline? Yes, but I just like bit myself in the ass because I haven't touched this in like a month, and I like forgot that the names here were different. And since these are just like convenience macros, it's gonna make it slightly easier if I keep them the same. So like that I can define a new string by going stir def whatever, and then like copying that down here and not have to worry about it. So that's why I changed that. Oh, okay. Yep, I did not know that. These don't have like timestamps on them, so I don't have a concept of when they come in. Damn, you had me beat. Could have saved me some time if I looked. All right, here we go. Cool. We made it. So there we are in the file. Cool. So I guess we need to start keeping track of stuff. Or maybe I should do more of the parsing first. Yeah, Methyl says sounds like you want X macro there. I've heard of X macro things before, and I know I've looked at it in the past, but I remember finding it just like confusing and annoying. Maybe I'm sure this would be exactly the thing you want it for. I don't know. Should I? I'm just because my brain is so not used to this. Part of me wonders if I should just like look into that right now, just to get more data on getting used to this, or if I should actually like try to power through and make progress on the thing I wanted to actually make progress on. You know what? Fuck it. The X macro thing sounds fun, and it sounds easier than the thing I'm doing now. Splitting my focus. All right, so to the internet. There's a Wikipedia page on these. Should I show the browser? I don't know. Hmm. Okay. The lists, elements, expansions. So, hmm. I don't get it yet. How is this working? Okay. Okay, let's start trying it. So this gives me mm, okay. I think I get it. Okay. Well, let's engage my brain and see if we can do that. So why? Okay, no. No, that makes sense. Try that wholesale. Yes. Um, okay. I'll let X for my own sake. We're not gonna make it pretty. Who cares? There's my list of variables. Then to define it, you do define x as what we want, right? So in this case, should be able to concatenate. Use the same macro name as I have up there. So name game. And I got the 2. I think I get how this works. So you would just do list of variables here, right? That's gonna yeah, X here. So that's gonna. This is gonna expand to all of these. The X is gonna expand to this. So there's our definitions. So now we want to do the same thing. So I think we could just change this to X, right? And then do the same thing. So list of variables. Is that gonna work? No. Nope. Hold on. Nope. Doesn't like this. See, I want the syntax highlighting because the little preview thing kind of helps figure out stuff like this. Maybe I can just like bring this into the file real quick. Might help. Okay. So this one looks like it's working. Well, why isn't that expanding? Shouldn't that? Because usually these things, like this thing, will expand the whole thing. Oh, it looks like it did that time. Okay, I guess the parser hadn't figured out that macro yet. Interesting. Okay, so that's cool. So let's see what's going on here. Oh, just a semicolon. Hello. That was obvious. Well, all right. Thank you for the suggestion. That was a fun little detour. This works. And it's much better. Let's put this back. We can get rid of this now. Yes, the side quest was a success. Please award me my drops. Someone tell me what drop I got. Cool. Back to the main thing. Okay, so I guess we'll break these out into functions. So We could call this like parse range or something. And we'll just send it the string pointer. Okay, let me look at one of the other ones I've done of these. Okay, I'm gonna try one more time to get the syntax highlighting to work because I feel it's silly, but I feel naked without it. And luckily for you guys, I'm not naked. Still nothing. That sucks. I promise you this works on my, just to be funny. Give me a second. Look, I'm telling you, on here, it's working. Here we go. Uh-huh. Yeah. See that? Can you tell? Yeah. That's right. Yes, that's correct, JD. Visual Studio, specifically on my secondary Windows user account, is not feeling the syntax highlighting for the include file, which is unfortunate. What do I do about that? I want it back. Let's try a fun trick. There we go. Kinda. Nope. Oh, well, that works for the macros. That's something. Doesn't look like it worked for like the variable types. Yeah, I don't know if you noticed, but my keyboard is also a ThinkPad keyboard. I don't know what happened to the mouse key. It disappeared like the other day. Haven't found it yet. Oh yeah, that's something nice about the laptop too. The laptop does have like the little home and end keys, but they're remapped. But yeah, you can remap those, and it's very nice for navigating text. So implement it, or else. Water. Definitely not just procrastinating. Definitely not what's happening. I really need this water right now. They are pretty good. I don't know if you're talking about the laptop or like the special big physical one that I have, but both are pretty good. I do like typing on that laptop, even though I prefer the mechanical. This is green keys, which I guess means they are harder to press. They have very forceful fingers. I did most of the development of the Sonic 3 rebuild and Origins on this keyboard. Yes, that's right. This computer too, actually. Yeah, I actually like I'm using the nub right now. I mean, you just kind of have to take my word for it. I got pretty good at using it, and I did kind of like it for a while, but honestly, like it is it is just easier to use the mouse. Like it doesn't. I wanted to see if like I could do mouse stuff faster with this if I didn't have to switch my hand so often, but didn't really pay off. But oh well. Okay, back to the thing for real this time. Episode 100. I'm gonna copy one of these functions. Wait, why is this? Oh, because this one's highlighting because it thinks that this one is the definition. I think that's gotta be it, but whatever. I give up. I'm gonna copy some of this and turn it down. So copy all of it and turn it down. All that. Put it down here for now. Oh, do I want to give this the end? Do that. Don't need that. Don't need any of those. Probably don't need any of this. Back up to the base pointer. Probably don't need that either. Okay. So. We're going to do one of these. Let's skip stuff. We're going to see if the text, oh, I need to reference that. If it's not an opening parenthesis, we fucked up and we got to go back. See how that does. Oh, yeah. Hang on. Just redefine this. There we go. Maybe that'll work. Nope. Oh, yes. What was I doing for the end parameter on those events? Okay. That makes sense. I could probably clean that up later. That's a little gross, but that's fine. Okay. Let's see what happens. We did it. All right, so I think I need to, oh no, so it's right where I need it to be. Parentheses. We'll do like I have like an is alpha thing, I think. So I thought I was doing something for numbers in here earlier. Yeah, maybe I wasn't. So I need, no, it is ident, like identifier. So I need to go until it's not a digit. So where have I been putting this stuff? Okay, I'll just throw it in there for now. saw that. Yippee. What does that mean? Oh, this, okay. Yeah, this is for the when the thing will check if the file is different when when doing the generation so that it doesn't have to waste time like yeah, it just it makes it a lot faster if you can tell that you don't actually need to do any work. Okay. You know, something I did not think about for this, for the range thing, maybe this is why you picked range, is because I need to handle other. I need to be able to handle at least hex, but doesn't C also have octal? Am I going to have to do octal for this thing? Or whatever it is? Like this stuff. It's just a leading zero? Yeah. Interesting. Well, maybe this is lazy of me, but I'm tempted to only try to handle X right now. Because does anybody actually use octal? Can somebody tell me what that's for? I don't know what that is. I've only ever heard of octal in the context of you can do octal literals in C. Hmm. Octal digit represents exactly 3 bits, which was historically useful for 12, 24, or 36-bit architectures. I guess that makes sense. Cool, I guess. Oh, it's one nibble, as Simon says. Stealth. I gotta call you Stealth on here because I'm gonna keep saying Simon says. Then people are gonna start executing commands. Okay. Anybody got any data on how to read a hex digit? It's like I guess the first thing I should do here is check if the digit, check if this is 0. And if it is 0, um, okay. Well, I guess I can. Can you do capital X? That is. Is this valid? Hello? I mean, it's coloring it, so probably it is. I'm just gonna assume it is. Okay. If this fails, we're going to go to the backup and go back to parsing as normal. probably do like a. Okay, just to be funny. If it's a digit, we'll tell you it's. I'm not doing awful right now. Yeah, yeah, it seems to not be working. But I guess we just tank it. It's this is a part of my training to get better. Oh yeah, okay. So, well, I think we're gonna return anyway, right? Because if we find a zero and it's not an X, we're going back. So this message is just here because I want to be funny. Sure. See how it does. Okay, I guess we'll start with this. Um, oh, it's okay. It's finding this one in the comment, isn't it? I need to do that. I know I have stuff in here for comments. Let's see what I did. Uh, does this skip single line comments too? No, it's just if it's in the. Okay. Yes. Sure, we'll borrow some of this. What we even get here. I guess. I can put a skip white space and junk here. Then we'll check for comments. So it's another. Oh, well, I got to check for the slash in the first place. So let's see. Let's see what happens here. Indeed. Definition there. Alright, so I was doing this with the line stuff. Let's see. Line. What was I doing here? Am I keeping track of the line stuff in this one? Mm. Doesn't look like it. So how was I doing this? this. Skipped line? Looks like I can do it like that. Oh wait, so no, that's for okay. I was thinking single line, but this literally says multi-line. So what was I doing for the line? Is that what's the oh no. While it was not handling line. Where is this getting put? Well, this is embarrassing. It would be silly to just write this again when I have stuff here to do it, but I'm not immediately sure what the hell I was doing with this line stuff. Okay, let's just go through. Oh, that's where we are. Duh. That's not what I want. Okay. Let's look at this. Yeah, this is what I get for just like hacking this out as like a quick script on like a random Saturday and not thinking very hard about how I actually want to organize all this stuff. I think it is a lot of fun to just kind of go and do stuff, but when you don't see it for a while, you are going to pay for it later, and I'm paying for it right now. Honestly, I think half the problem is just that I feel like pressured because I'm live. People can see me and perceive me, but I'll get over that eventually. Still don't know where it's like populating the line buffer. What I'm trying to figure out. Hmm. You know what, we'll just control F it. Oh, that's a good one. Control F it, put that on a t-shirt. You know what? Hang on. I know I'm getting distracted, but that's just what I'm going to do. Okay. All right, here we go. It's gonna be the funniest thing you've ever seen. It doesn't get funnier than this. Obviously, we got to go impact font. Oh, yeah, impact. Uh-huh. Oh yeah. Y'all seeing the vision? Yeah. It goes so hard as like ironic, like Redditor wear. I don't know what to call it. Okay, back to real work. Where is this line shit happening? Oh, is it because like I switched to processing stuff by line in like a later stage? Because it's like, oh, and I do. Okay, memories are starting to come back. This feels familiar. Let's try that. So it's a bit hacky and ugly, but you will populate the line here this way. Let's see what that does. Just see what happens. What could go wrong? Okay. Just gonna comment all this out right now. Open files. Okay. Uh, why is this that? That looks like the top. Oh, okay, duh. Is it? It is the top. Okay. Silly me. But it looks like that's working. No, it should have ran into that more than once, right? Hmm. Okay. Why is this not firing more than once? That seems strange. So we're okay. Yeah, we're in the player. Get the buffer. So where do we end up? It's gonna keep going through, but at some point, because it should get to here and fire this. Also, this reminds me that I actually need to do something first. I need to identify which one of these we're in so I know which part to populate the generator. Mm. So at what point does it break out of here? Oh, is it because it's finding this? No, it doesn't even seem like it's making it that far. That's fine. Let's just see what happens if I end the comment this. This. Okay. Now it's finding them. Which seems, maybe I don't need this after all. We'll just operate under that assumption for now. So now we know it's a comment. Put this back. Oh. Why'd that go there? It's not in the file we want. Okay. Yeah, so we'll break if it's a comment. It should just. Well, no, I need this to. I need to do the skip line thing here. This is okay. Yeah, this is from like a different context. So do skip line. So I need. Look and see how this is used. Okay, it's just used like this. Cool. Let's see what happens. Okay, so wrong one. All right, we made it into the text file. We are right here. Okay. So we should end up at the beginning this line next. So we'll go ahead and test that. Skip line does. Yep, there we are. So is this going past the, because I feel like there should be a new line there. I assume it's fine. Continue. Oh, why did that? Why did that leave? That doesn't seem right. Let's try that again. Oh, right, because this is, we don't want a break. I don't think we want a continue here. Okay. So there we go. Oh. Okay, so it was, that explains it. Okay, so now we're in the player. I need to add something to skip the first file that it finds. So, something kind of here real quick. Return here. No, I need to back that's done up. We're pulling out a go-to. We're pulling out a go-to. Sue me. Yep. Kill me. Send me to prison. Skin me alive. It's bad. It's bad. We put a go-to in the code. just redo that. What the thing Methylis told me about? What do you mean? What do you mean cosmic? What did Methylis tell you about? Is that like just a? Are you just being funny about like the? Well, I don't know. I you might have to explain the joke. Unfortunately, I think I get it, but I might not. Oh, compiler optimization passes. Is this a thing? Do compilers skip optimization if there's a go-to? I've not heard of this. Very interested to know. Let's test if this works. I want that to be one. Yay. All right, so this should put us right in the player header. Yes, it does. So we're back to testing. Huh. It's a bit funny because it reminds me of a convo me and Mephiles had related to it, and some decompilation of Sonic R had way too many when the original PC source did not. That's interesting. So does that? I mean, I guess the implication there is like a shoddy decomp job. Interesting. Farmer still parses his text the old-fashioned way. Okay, we're doing good. Let's test multi-line. So this is not going to find range, first of all. Let's verify that. Okay, good. I didn't find it. So put range back. Put a multi-line comment. Put another one in here for good measure. Let's see if that works. Okay, so now we can start doing something here again. Usually makes control flow harder to understand for the compiler. Some common basic blocks that can be merged together to save on instructions end up duplicated because of it. That's interesting, and it kind of makes sense because I don't know. It's interesting that like the argument is usually that go-tos make things messy and difficult to read. I guess it's kind of true for the compiler as well in that case. I like this go-to is just a hack, but every once in a while I'll end up with like a real reason to use a go-to, and I want to say It's usually to skip some stuff. And it ends up being cleaner than having to do like some control flow stuff. And no, no, I feel like that's rare because what's the other one that I do? I have used go-tos a few times for some some loop type stuff to like repeat things in a way that might be cleaner than you could accomplish with a control flow, but that's pretty rare too. I don't know if I don't think I do that anymore. Oh no, I do. I definitely do. Hello. Go to, what am I doing here? This is probably disgusting. Oh yeah, no, this is disgusting. I forgot about this. I remember this. Oh, that's bad. That's very bad. So yeah, this is what you don't want to do, but once again, I kind of just wanted to get this done, and it's just a quick tool. Someday I'll come and like do this better. Uh, take or leave my excuse. I don't care. I just need this thing to be fast. Yeah, so I use it to kind of do finishing touches once this enum builder thing has done its stuff. Having to undo label slash go tos from compiler optimized code is traumatizing. Yeah, that's not something I ever want to find myself doing, if I'm honest. So big respect for going through the grind. Okay, where were we? Okay, yeah, we're testing the comments. Does this will skip the multi-line comments, right? Yeah, it will. Yep. So I guess I need to do another one. Or, well, no, this should, I want to say this will just end up on the digit. Oh, it did not end up on the digit. Oh, I think that's because, yes, gotta advance. There we go. We're on the digit. Uh, we'll do the hex first. Yeah, it does. Also, I gotta use the bathroom again. I
Fastest pisser this side of the Mississippi. Try and beat my record. And probably still have this. Okay, actually, we'll do the octal thing first because I need to make sure that that doesn't work because I don't want to do that. Not right now. See what happens. All right, 1-0. Cool, we did it. So back it up. Continue on. We are now continuing to rip through the file as normal. Very cool. Okay. Speaking of hydration, I gotta refill. Hello, I'm back. I've had to stop myself from doing a Donald impression like 4 times. I really wanted to go like, we love hydration. We love some good hydration. We love some good water. We love taking a big sip of beautiful water. For the record, I don't like that guy. Never let me do that again. Unless it pops off, in which case I will milk it. Okay. So what do we do? Okay, we're gonna handle the hex case. That's what we're doing. So if it is hex, we will advance. Does the X have to be connected to the number? Yes, it does. Okay, that's good, I guess. So if it is hexed, we're gonna do something. So we're on the number, so we can assume the next stuff that we find are digits. If it's not a digit, we don't want it. So I guess we can start there. If it's not a digit, we're just gonna go away. So now we know we have found a digit. So we need to read in digits until we stop finding digits. So let's do that. I want to do like a do while. Let's see. How do I want to do this? I can tell I'm not focused right now. I'm doing nonsense. guess we'll be an iterator. Hello. Plus while is digit. Should I do bounds checking on this? Probably. Because if you were to have a really fucking long digit, does he have a limit on digits? I mean, I guess it would be no, because a maximum sized digit in C would be way shorter than this text line, right? So I'm gonna say this is safe for now. One of you smart people correct me if I'm wrong. Okay. Let's just see what happens. Oh, so it failed. But we were having to succeed. Oh, duh, because it needs to. Oh, duh, because I need to check for hexadecimal digits. Is this? This is a C standard. Yeah. Does C have a thing for hex? What is X digit? Is that what I want? Is X digit? That's exactly what I want. Cool. See what that does for us. And we did it. We got a digit, we got the F out. So now we need to turn this into a hex value. How do you do that? I don't know. It's like I2A? Is that, which one is this? Does that work for hex if this is the thing I'm thinking? Integer, no, that's the other way around. What's the opposite? Is I to A or A to I? Let's just see what happens. So it's a thing. Okay. Oh, I guess we do need to terminate this line EX, which should just be able to do that. Oh, stir to I? Is that what that says? I'll find out in a minute. I didn't like that, so let's try stir to I.
Oh, L. Okay. End pointer. Look this up. What is this? Oh, thank you for the link, Nicholas. Interprets an integer value in a byte string 22 bytes string. Starts white space. Oh, this does like a lot. Oh, so I could just like, oh, so I don't even need to do like that stuff myself. Oh, and it does the octal for me too. So other than I don't know what's going on under the hood here, I'm sure it's not the fastest thing in the world. At the moment, I feel like I should probably just use this unless I wanted to have fun and like write my own thing to get X value. Base 36. Auto detected base. Kind of tempted to just do it by hand at this point. I've already made it this far. And it's fun and I may learn something. This is one of those things. I feel like I did this a long time ago, but I have no memory of doing it. Probably like 8 years ago. Hmm. Hmm. My brain is starting to get fried, I can tell. No, I guess because I didn't even think about uh like the sign. Like obviously this needs to handle negatives, and I didn't even think about that yet. So maybe if I want to have fun, I can come back and do it this way. But no, I probably should just do the stir 2L thing for now. But, but this was a fun detour in my mind anyway. Okay.
I still need to parse out the whole digit string. So not all is lost. So let me think about this. This still feels valuable. I know that if it is hex, I know that this seems fine to leave as it is. I guess the thing is, I would do like put the little prefix thing in here. Okay. No, 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 no. Go back. I need the S. All right, so that got the line or the whole digit. So I guess normal integers and octal will just kind of work now if I do it this way, which is cool. So now I'm just going to do this. So okay. You might be able to change the order of this. So instead of doing hex and then not hex and handling it both ways, I'll just omit the prefix. The prefix. It's hex. There we go. Will this work? I don't know. So it works for hex. Let's try octal number. I don't know how this works. Sure. Not making it here. Let's see what happens. Oh, right, because I'm still in like the 0 check. So I guess I actually need to break out of this block. So where'd that line come from? I can get rid of this. Mm. Well, I guess at this point I can just continue. I don't need the else there. Check and see if what we're doing is a digit at all. This
will probably work for both cases because it doesn't matter. We've already determined that we're going to try to parse a digit. Feels like it makes sense. So we just need to know if it's hex or not. If we fail to find a digit here at this spot, we will return parsing. If we find, okay, so if it's hex, we want the prefix. If it's not, we don't. So let's see what happens here. Nothing. Cool. Oh. Oh, right. So this actually needs to be a digit check. So I actually can, I think I can just get rid of this altogether. Is that handling that there now? Okay, cool. Oh, so actually, okay, no, if this is false, I need to decrement the text pointer. So let me go back to the 0. That should put us where we want. What? I don't, for when we get the value, I don't even know what octal 7 is. It's just 7? How does octal work? Okay, so 7 is 63, so we'll test with that. Okay. Not X. Get text out. There we go. We have our digit. Okay, now let's use this stir to L thing. See what happens. So that's null. And 0 is auto apparently. I still don't understand what this parameter is for, to be honest, but it looks like we don't need it, so I'm gonna be fine with that for right now. So we'll print the line and the value. All right. Hey, it worked. It gets 63. So if I rerun this without the 0, we should just get 77. Yay. And if we do FF, we're going to get 255. Okay, we did it. We parsed a digit, everyone. Somebody's going to come into the chat and be like, why aren't you doing this in Python? And, well, besides speed, all I can say is that I just have more fun doing it this way. I'm allowed to do that, right? You can try to stop me if you want to do this. I'm going to work. More water. They say the human body is made of 70% water. I'm trying to get that up to 90 for myself. I'm trying to be able to fit through grates. Like, Yeah, like I'm trying to find out like what's in here. So when I get my percentage up to 90, I feel like I could probably start making it through. Somebody help me do the math on what point I reach 90% water. I feel like I gotta be close. True. There's gotta be help. Dude, I'm so every time I walk over one of those, I'm so afraid to lose my phone. I clutch. Oh, speaking of, uh, this is my phone. It's 3 inches tall, or big, 3 inches total. Keep the. It's just Android, but there you go. All right, back to work. All right, we have a value. Uh, Next, if okay, so we'll skip white space and junk. It's a good function name. And if what we find is not a comma, something has gone wrong, and we need to go back. So we're just gonna reset the pointer back to the base, and it'll continue parsing like nothing happened. So, okay, now that we've done this, I think we can break this down, or break this out into like a get number function. So we'll call that get digits, I guess. I need the endpoint for that, so just get all this. So value equals get digit. Okay. We'll just return value. See what that gets us. Oh, yeah, I guess this doesn't have a fail state, does it? Huh. I can't tell that this failed. I guess I could give it an out. Mm, yeah, I guess I'll give it an out value. That's fine. So we're gonna return the success of it. So if get digit fails, we will restore our pointer and go back. Same in here. Just gotta return false now. Turn false. If, oh yeah, out. We need an out. 32 pointer. Value. Out value. But only if something was passed in.
That should work. Let's find out. It worked. Oh, but I need to return sets. Well, I guess this could screw up here. So what do I do about that? I guess this is hacky, but I kind of don't care right now. If it's hex and if I is 2, then that means we didn't get anything. And we need to return failure. If it's not an I equals 0, false. Okay. Well, I kind of, is it bad that I want to get fancy with this? Is it bad that I want to do like if I equals is hex times 2? That feels less clear. That feels yucky even though it's shorter. I mean, I guess I could do a ternary that would be more clear. I'm just, you know what, just for fun. I'm going to leave that there. Sure. Not that clarity is the most important thing in this script. Oh, yep, JD got it. It's with the ternary. That would definitely work, I think. But anyways, yeah, not that cleanliness is the most important thing in this yucky script right now. But this, I mean, you know what? We'll take a viewer contribution because a viewer sent it. Yeah, I'll take the ternary. Beautiful. That's not that bad actually. Found new digits. Cool. All right, see where we're at. Okay. Uh, that looks like it didn't work. Because why are we still here? Okay, let's go back. Go. Hit to FF. Yeah, 255. Get out. Okay. Oh, it's because P is not actually getting updated. Um. Hmm.
it does kind of, because all the things I've been doing for these functions have been like the p equals thing. So I guess I should keep in line with that. Hello, R0 Ice. Welcome. Thank you for sending an emote. Okay. Okay, we're going to change this again to return the the state of our stream. So the failed state for that is actually going to be setting that, so well, returning null. Basically. So we're going to return p if we succeed, null if we don't. So, okay, do p equals get digit, and if p is null, then we go back. So I guess we don't need to restore p in here because we're, I guess I could see if p didn't move. I'm going to keep it the way it is because this seems a little easier to understand. Like it makes a bit more obvious to check p for null than to check if p is equal to the backup. So I'm going to leave it like that. Hey. Okay. Have I accomplished what I wanted? See, I don't know if anybody's like actually watching this or just using it as background noise, but if you're seeing how much time I've spent in the debugger on this, I mean, it kind of makes sense for this kind of work to really step through the logic like this, but for like I spend so much time in the debugger that I I don't know what to do with that one. I feel like it's mission critical for me to get things done the way I want to at this point. Okay. So it succeeded. Uh, why didn't why didn't that trigger? Cosmic says, "Yeah, I totally get you. I'm glad you do." I think in the long run, it makes you like it helps make you a better programmer too. Okay, so no, that succeeded. Just I have no code after this, so I returned. I need to return P here. I'm only just now noticing that I haven't been returning the pointer on these. I kind of wish that would error. I feel like some of my other I feel like that would have errored in my other Windows account. I guess I'll worry about that later. Okay. So we found a comma. Let me put some junk in there just to make sure it's actually parsing that correctly. See, I didn't even think about that. I said some junk. This is why I called the function white space and junk. And I meant it to mean like multi-line comments and stuff, but that's junk. Okay, yes, that works. Found a comma, get more white space and junk. We're going to do it again. I'm going to call this one value low. Okay. So we found the comma. We want to advance our pointer. Oh yeah, this one I gotta. Okay. Advance pointer, skip white space. Okay, so we're in the same spot now. We can do another get digit to get the second digit. We call this value high. Okay. See what happens. Hooray. It worked. Okay. So now that we have another digit, we can skip more junk. If this is not a closing parenthesis, we screw it up and just fail and go back. And we should be good. Okay. Let's see. Should I check for the semicolon too, or should I just leave that like to work on its own? I don't think I need to check for it because I don't think it's strictly necessary. It's mainly so that the syntax formatter works right. So I'm just going to choose to ignore it. Okay, so it looks like we did it. We close the parenthesis, advance. So I think what we'll do is, because I've been going for 3 hours now, I'm going to try and hack out a couple more like skeletons for parsing the different keywords we're looking for. And then next time I will start building out like the data structure to store this information and start generating code automatically based on what we find. Okay. So let's put this get digit somewhere. Do I have any other like get type functions up here? So I have like I'll put it with like skip white space and junk. which is in the main part. Here we go. We can put get digit right here. Okay, so we'll add in a couple more things for the other type, which this is what we're working with. Okay. To find a T, it could be target. I'm tempted to make this a macro, I can't lie. But why not? We're part of me doing this is to be sloppy and kind of have fun with just building small little things like this. That's part of the experience, you know. So I'm just gonna do it. Let's make a little macro. What do we call it? String comp ex. No, that's boring. I don't like that. Suggestions, if anyone's listening. You know what? I'll just do that for now. It needs E and string name. If well, I guess I need to also put like the function it will do in the macro. So I also need. This is so ugly. I shouldn't be doing this, but I'm already committed to the bit, so. This needs whatever the hell I want to put there. So I can put a semicolon for good measure. So this is going to look like, okay, I'll need to do the thing first. String name. The length parameter is built into like I have these weird macro things. I might be misunderstanding what you're saying. One part. There we go. Let's see what happens. Parts. Target. Size. Now. Does this evaluate? Oh, I can't. I can't like expand this because my syntax highlighting isn't working. Well, I guess I'll do the fun party trick again. Hello macro, please expand. That looks right. Oh, no, that is not right. This needs to be a string name one. Oh, and this needs to be E, technically. Oh, hello? Why is it frozen? No! No! Visual Studio! No, please! Don't do this to me! Guys, I love Microsoft. We love Microsoft. Alright. More water. Oh. Okay. Yeah, I know you can't find it. Because it's actually called this. Dude, where even what? Oh, yeah, it was right here. Okay. Please don't crash. That looks like it worked. Let's put it on the one that we actually have. So, copy that. Target. Parse. Oh. I was just doing that mindlessly. Whoops. Okay. Step back to ink. Well, I'll be damned. Look at that. I thought about putting the little letter as a parameter too, but I kind of want to save that, or because I can do more than one in here if they start with the same thing, for like the savable ones and whatever else I want to add. I don't think this is final, but yeah. Okay. Okay, yeah, let's fill these out. So we'll do target. Let me put the functions up here first. Target. Enum. Savable on off. Maybe I should combine these because these are going to be like almost identical. Parse. Expose. New array. And range is the last one. We already did that. I'm also going to move these up. This function's getting really big, and I have nothing against big functions, but I should probably consider splitting this one up. For like I should probably make each one of these its own function. So, as in like processing the events, the enums, and I can make each one of those its own like little function. That should make it a little better, but I'm not going to worry about that right now. Probably not even next time, to be honest. You know, I'm gonna keep these on the bottom because that's gonna be easier to work with for now. But I do need to forward declare these so they work with the function. So let's do that.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Yeah. Oh, there we go. So let's finish these and call it a day. Okay. I guess, well, I'll figure out how to do those later because they're gonna. E will be those. Man, if I wanted to get even uglier with this macro, I could condense these two names, but I'm not doing that. This is already hideous enough. A for array. And we'll, oh, we already did range. I'll move that to the order it's in. Okay. All right, we're good. I'm gonna get going. I'll chill for just a couple minutes if anybody wants to say anything. Thank you to anyone and everyone who attended this maiden voyage. I would like to do more of this. I feel like even in the few hours I've been doing this, I've already gotten a lot better at it. So that gives me confidence that like I'll get even better next time, and eventually I feel it'll probably become second nature to just think out loud and do this. So, yay! Thank you, JD. I appreciate that. Thank you for hanging out and giving feedback. Thank you guys so much. You guys are the people that I wanted to be here too. Like I was really hoping JD and Cosmic were here. Very cool to see Methyl here. Thank you guys for coming. I appreciate you guys. This was cool. And I hope you stick around. Yeah, I guess that's it. Thank you. How do I turn this thing off? I think